सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। Om. May He protect us both. May we both enjoy together. May we both exert together. May our studies become brilliant. May we not become disputatious and hate each other. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to the online classes of Tattva-Bodhah. On the onset, wish everybody a Happy New Year. In spiritual classes, Happy New Year and all is not wished, but generally, may the times come be good. Whenever we are talking about good times, we usually have a focus on what's going to happen in the situation rather than understanding what life is about. So, our whole life is, as explained in the Shastras, a series of different experiences. It's called Anubhava Dhara, a different dhara of anubhavs, different experiences. So life is a series of experiences. Now, to understand life, that it is a series of experiences, that everybody knows. After this class there's going to be something else, after this there's going to be something else. This is a continuous process. Now we have to analyze, if life wants to be happy, if one wants to be happy, they have to analyze what is an experience. Each experience is made up of two aspects. One is called the subject, the other is called the object. I am interacting with the world. I am talking to the world. I am listening to this person. So from your point of view, you become the subject, I become the object that you are dealing with at present. From my point of view, I become the subject and you become the object. The objective world, actually made up of objects, emotions and thoughts, is constantly growing and developing at its own pace. So for every experience to be good, be happy, both the components of subject and object are needed. Objective view is taken care of beautifully. The whole world is doing it lovely. Long time back, we didn't even have proper telephones. We had that, a big dabba where you can just hear. Then it increased to the dial, the big one. The big dabba was there where you have to dial each and everything. Then the push button came. Now it's mobile phone. Now you can't even hear. They are just plugging it in. That's it. So the world is developing to push button comforts. Cars are being developing, curtains, sofas, everything has become more or less automated. The TV, once upon a time you used to have that channel changing thing. Now nothing is there. You don't need to go near the TV. Only the remote is there. So the world is improving beautifully. All these improvements in the world of objects is to make the human being happier. Converse is true. it seems that more I am surrounded with comforts of the world, less happier I am. 30 years back, 50 years back, there was no concept of what we call stress management, quality management, increase productivity, decrease stress. It was never there, because every house had this kind of a sort of a ritual that whether it's a Muslim or a Hindu or a Christian or a Sikh, the whole house would come every morning together and they will look into their particular grantha, whether it is the Bhagavad Gita, whether it is the Ramayana, whether it is the Bible, whether it is the Guru Granth Sahib, whether it's a Quran, any text, and they would read something from that and the explanation, and they would start the day with that. We had this person in our ashram. He was a simple gardener, very simple gardener, just plowing the fields and all. But he used to take care of the gardens in our ashram. So every morning, I had this habit of going to him and says, "Mama," I used to call him Mama. "Mama, aaj ka hai?" In Marathi. "What is that today?" "What is that today?" As soon as I say, he'll put his hand in his pocket and remove a chit. And the chit would be one line or one shloka from his textbook, which is called Jnaneshwari, written by the great saints Jnaneshwar, transliteration or a simpler understanding of the Bhagavad Gita in Marathi, Jnaneshwari. So he would pick up that one note and he would read something out of it. "Tumhara kaam sirf apne karm par hai. Don't look at others, what they are doing for you. You should see what you are doing for everybody." Like the ground, the Mother Earth, which whenever plowing is done, it only gives, it never takes. That should be the attitude. And that's it, simple, one line, and he'll put it back in the pocket every morning, something or the other. So they start their day with that. So they are always going out into the world, not competing with anybody, to put the other person down, to see where the other person is and how evolved I am, was never the case. They used to go there and they used to do their work and come back. If the other person is happy, if the other person is doing a particular work, other person is earning more, so be it, good for him. The attitude of always, you be happy and I'll be happy. That was the attitude. So the objective world changed beautifully, but yet the happiness reduced, because few years back they did not know stress. Now everything is come. So even this generation, you ask who were happier, the previous, your grandfather and grandmother, or this generation, and they'll give various reasons. So this is an information age. We have got a lot of information. Absolutely right. It's an information age. It's a technological age. Yes, I am getting a lot of information. Yeah. Type into Google something and see 150 advices coming. It's true. Do I have the filtration process to filter what needs to be done and what need not to be done? That's the idea. And for that filtration process, I need to understand what life is and the experiences. I said the objective world is changing beautifully. The subject, the individual, is ignored to a point of fault. Therefore, I'm shocked. Children at the age of 13 and 14, if possible even below, I would not talk to the doctors, they are facing mental ailments. Physical ailments, I understand. You are encountering the world every time, so something or the other will keep on coming. That's okay, physical body. But mental ailments, depression at the age of 13, 14, proper analysis. Now, why is all this happening? It's reducing. The agitations are getting more. It's too much competitive. Too much. Everybody wants to be first. Everybody wants, my child should earn better. So be it. So the subjective aspect of an experience is finished. Point of fault, it's ignored. That's where this subject comes. What this subject does is makes one understand Vedanta. It's simple, it's not complicated. So you don't need to get into how many philosophies are there. There is a Sankhya, there is this, that. Don't get into technical jargons. Don't get. It's a very simple method of living a good life. So the more intellectual juggleries happen, like Swami Chinmayananda used to say, the intellectual paralysis by analysis. Too much of analysis. But where are we? It's a simple process, isn't it? Am I happier than what I was before? New Year has come. Congratulations. Party. Sorry, sir, we could not party because the government. Okay, in your own house, did you eat something? Did you wish everybody New Year? Yes, we did. Now, what did you do in the New Year? Resolutions. Khatam ho gaya. Not many people are not even going into. Just have a resolution. 2 resolutions. I will study for every day. I will exercise every day. Whatever be the exercises, it really doesn't matter. Everything I'll study for. But sir, what about food, eating good food? When you are studying properly, the intellect is available, and then the intellect will dictate how to go about it. It will tell you what to eat, what not to eat, what to drink, what not to drink, whom to contact, whom not to contact. Everything will be decided by the intellect. So non-negotiable instrument in this field is self-study. Have to. And when you are studying, there is no comparison. There is nobody other than you. So the evolution is only based on what you can evolve. So the first attitude of studies is you stop looking outside. You stop being extroverted, or in Hindi they call Bahirbukhi. Look outside and say, look what he has done, she has done, this has been done, that has been done. It's a completely extroverted view, and you can never be happy. Nobody can be happy. When I'm saying you, I'm talking about the general world. They cannot be happy. More agitation, more stress, more expectations. And these expectations are born out of my own attachments. In that case, not a single person I find in this world who is spiritual. Not a single person. We all expect things from everybody. We all expect things from our own attachments. Attachment is defined as I being a burden on the other person, or the other person being a burden of me, in the name of duties and responsibilities. In the name of burden. I can't do without. So in that case, you hold on to the other person, you don't allow the other person to grow. And you don't grow. When I leave, I will grow, and the other person will also grow. Like Khalil Gibran says, let me and my wife, whoever you are married to, or the husband, we are like pillars of the temple. We stand apart yet support the whole structure. We are like the cypress tree and the banyan tree, and each will not stand in each other's shadow. They will stand apart. Only then the growth will happen. So every aspect, a little bit of detachment, and you move on. So as soon as this extroverted tendencies about what is happening in the world goes away, those energies are slowly replaced by the introverted tendency of what can I do to become a better person. When I mean become a better person, I am talking from the point of view of no comparison with anybody else. No comparison with the world. Better person means, in the past, this was my physical state. This year, a resolution, I should be in better shape. I should run more, I should walk more, I should not get breathless anymore. If I have any problems in my system, it needs to go away. That is the resolution, one resolution. Keep 2-3 resolutions and stick to it. Become the best version of yourself, not of what the world should think you to be, of yourself. So when you get this introverted attitude, you slowly come across yourself. You start introducing you to yourself. Okay, I am this, I am this. I don't know what I am. I have no idea what I am. So let's understand what I am not. That's where we have done. I am not the Panchakoshas. I am not the 5 sheaths. I am not the Annamaya Kosha. I am not the Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha. These 5 sheaths are just the covering. I am not these. Then what is this relationship between something which is not there and something which is supposed to be there? I still have no idea what I am. But I know that these I am not. Why I am not? Because all these things are said to be only coverings of something, and you cover something which is more valuable. Whenever you go to buy jewelry or toys or anything, they give you a dabba, and in that dabba or in that bag they put that jewel, either it's a ring or a bracelet, all toys, even the box is given, and you show it to the child. The child immediately, some children are there, they remove the toy and they start playing with the box. If they are too small, they start seeing inside the box, they start sitting inside the box, they forget the toy. Similarly, we are also obsessed with the coverings. I am more bothered about my mind, I am more bothered about my intellect, I am more bothered about my physical body, and don't talk about the world. I am bothered about everything that the world responds to. These are just the 5 coverings. And what is their relationship with that which I don't know is what the next verse is. So I'll just say this, okay? Beyond the 5 sheaths, verse number 20. Madiyam shariram madiya prana madiyam manasya madiya vagara vagara. Goes on. Just as bangles, earrings, house, etc. are known as mine, but they are not the knower, me. Similarly, the 5 koshas form the body, pranas, mind, intellect and ignorance, bliss sheath. They are addressed as mine. They are not of the self. They don't belong to the self. Yet we don't know what the self is. Okay, so let's keep it as it is. Because through analysis and through trying to understand by the process of negation, just as gold bangles, earrings, house, etc. are known as mine. This is all mine. Everything is mine. Okay. So all the aspects of life, whenever I get up, this house is mine. This ashram is mine. This is my country. The identification goes on. This is my wife. This is my son. All this mine. Everybody says this is my. Meet my wife, sir. Meet my husband. Meet my children. So darling children, and very, very sweet. Family is going on. We don't analyze it. When we say this is mine, the bangles, gold bangles is mine, gold chain is mine, gold ring is mine, diamond ring is mine, house is mine, relationships mine, this body is mine. My intellect is very sharp, sir. I have been studying every day morning and I can penetrate. Every time we keep on saying I. Either we say I, and we say mine. This is mine, this is mine, this is mine. Whenever we use the term I and mine, understand what you possess. Because in every statement you say, this is my husband, My husband represents an object, a person who is related to this I. So I am playing the role of a wife to this person. He is my husband. My is the possessive person, attitude, possessor. My is the possessor. Mine is my possession. So husband is my possession. Wife is my, that's how I'm saying it. This is my car, means I possess the car. The car is my possession and I am the possession. The other person is the possessed. So whole world is bifurcated into that which I possess. Whole world is bifurcated into that. Okay, so this is my possession. This is my husband, my wife, my child, my children. We do this in the prayer also. तन मन धन सब तेरा, सब कुछ है तेरा, तेरा तुझको अर्पण क्या लागे मेरा. Bhajan goes on. Everything, tan man dhan sab tera. Oh Lord, everything is thine, nothing is mine. Give us today our daily bread. Give us today our daily bread. Don't you have bread to eat? Of course I have much more to eat. But the attitude is whatever I have, it is not mine. Completely stuck. I don't have anything now. Therefore, give us our bread today, if I deserve it. That attitude of looking at the world saying, I don't possess anything. So when the whole subjective world is sees about possession, only gold bangles, house, this, that, relationship, they are all mine. Agreed. Who is this person who is possessing these objects and relationships as this is mine? What is the relationship of this person? We are so extroverted that whatever is mine, I am more bothered about that object rather than the possessor himself or herself. So when the studies of Vedanta comes, Advaita philosophy comes, you are supposed to bound inwards towards your own self. When that happens, things change. There was a father and a son living together. This is a beautiful poem called The Toys. They were living together and mother is long dead. Only both were there. And the son did some mischief for the umpteenth time. So the father went on explaining. Ultimately the father got angry and hit him. The boy cried and went to sleep. So this is it, that he went to sleep. Father was sitting there. After half an hour or something, he slowly peeked in the boy's room to see whether he's asleep. No more mischief. And he sees the boy nicely sleeping. He had tears in his eyes. The tears have dried up because he was asking for some toys. And he saw above the boy's head, a 6-year-old, 7-year-old boy, above the boy's head, certain things were kept. A small car, metal car, a stone abraded from the beach, one shell, one old, what is it called? French copper coin. This was the word used. French copper coin, matlab, which is not used anymore. Some coin he found, he's kept it, and he sees all these toys of his child. And then he left the room and he started thinking, what toys make our joys? Oh Lord, in my own childishness, I have been collecting toys more and more and more. Just toys around, saying this is mine and that is mine. And at the time of the death, what am I going to take? So the purpose of life is what? What is the purpose of one's life? just to be so extroverted and not bother about anything, or find out what is your purpose? So this bridge is when you say everything is mine, you have to understand saying that who is this possessor? What is this possessor? If there is something, I don't know. It's a very difficult process. I'm telling you, it is a difficult process. Why is the mind is already prepared to jump outside. The mind's ready, it's already gathered a particular momentum right from childhood. It is functioning on likes and dislikes. It's already reacting to 10,000 things that is happening around. So intellect, that aspect in us which is supposed to control the mind, which is supposed to navigate the mind in the right direction, in the right channel, is literally absent. Literally, there is no questioning, there is no inquiry. It's literally absent. So it's only the mind, and which further develops into arrogance, ego. I know, I don't know, so hardly anybody says. They always say I know. This is it, no, I know. Advaita philosophy, I know. This I know, that I know. Everything a person knows. What do they? A man went to his friend's house. This man was around 45, 50s. Good looking chap, So when he went, he saw that his friend was doing something in the kitchen, and the friend said, I'll come in 10 minutes. So he said, okay, and he sat in the hall. This friend had a daughter around 15, 16. So she was very enamored by seeing this man. Looked a good looking guy, So she just came there and said, Uncle, how are you? I'm okay, beta. How are you doing? I'm fine. Uncle, what do you do? Well, the beta, I am an astronomer. Oh, so you see the hand and you have the chart and all that. No, that. I have a telescope, that's our work, and I look at the stars, and study them properly. Oh, that you see through the telescope and you see the stars and you study about them and which are the planets and all right. Yes, beta, yes. But that I already did last year, says the kid. The child says, astronomy, no? I did it last year. Mera ek subject ho gaya. For this man, it is life. So the subject is that textbook only we have done. No. We have done this. It's basically easy, basically very simple. This is what it is. Yes, correct. It is. Have you understood it? Have you controlled the vagaries and the vagrant mind of yours? Have I controlled my mind's running around? Have I controlled the reaction time of my mind? And does whatever the world says to me or does to me, every time this personality, does it go to the intellect, the thinking capacity, the judging power, the discriminating faculty to ask what kind of a response I am supposed to give? The mind is giving responses on its own without any direction. So it shouts where it wants to shout, it talks where it wants to talk, whatever it is. There is no response from the intellect's point of view. How can a person improve? So being so extroverted, the first thing is get it within you. Get it. Once we are too involved with the world, it's a difficult process. I'll give you a simple example. Everybody has got this diagram of the prism. We just sent probably an hour before the classes. So the prism diagram is there. So you go and refer to the diagram. It's a beautiful diagram of from one side, just one ray of sunlight is hitting the prism. And then within there is where the ray is heading. So it has to be a little bent. It is called refraction of light. So it bends a little, and from the other side, that light comes out in 7 different colors, Vibgyor. So it's written there: violet, indigo, blue, orange, red, yellow, all those colors are there. When I see red, when I see yellow, when I see orange, when I see indigo, when I see different colors, and I see different colors, it's actually there. While seeing the different colors, can I understand that these are all sourced from that one colorless light? And these colors, though there, are not there. They are there temporarily, but all these are sourced from one colorless light. The beauty of this example is red is different from blue, indigo. Indigo is different from orange, orange is different from red, red is different from yellow. Every color is different from each other. So if I belong to the red category, I'll automatically have a comparative analysis and statistics saying how red is better than yellow, or vice versa. The differences will come. It is there. I can see the differences there. This has been the world. World of different names and forms, different people, different gurus, different ashrams, different textbooks, different parents, children, all. It's a variety outside, different colors. The more I get involved in these different colors, I will see the differences. No fault of yours, they are there. Like the colors, they are there, you can see it. So when you see something, you'll see that one is better than the other because you have got two varieties. The more you see the differences, the more will be an attitude to possess one color and dispossess the other color. Raga, Dvesha, likes and dislikes will follow once you are into these kaleidoscopic patterns of different colors. And stress and agitation of this much I have, that person has more than me. I'm not only talking about money, I'm talking about assets, I'm talking about family, I'm talking about capabilities. Why did God make me like this and make that person like that? Arey, Jabardasti. God gave everybody their own talent. Now, if you don't use it, there's no problem. Can't sit and cry. Everybody is given opportunities. You have to take it. Some people, hardly there is one opportunity out of 100 and they take that one door and go through. There are people where opportunities are struck right before them, they don't go through it. So, when all these differences are there and when I'm staying in these differences, I will be in trouble. There is no use saying I will not be agitated. You will be agitated because the attitude is you are seeing the differences which are there. No fault of yours, no fault of anybody. To get out of these differences, you have to understand first that all these colors are coming from a colorless light. How is that possible? When I am staying in colors, how can I ever understand that something like this beautiful colors is coming from a colorless light? That's where they say you have to have faith in what the masters are saying. That's where logic of me being red, yellow, indigo stops. Logic, because the colors are there, that's at present, understand, you have a faith that masters are saying it's the colorless light. And that colorless light, when it passes, colorless light doesn't immediately become the 7 colors. the colorless light, when it passes through this prism made of three angles: body, mind and intellect, perception, emotion and thought, waking, dream and deep sleep, objects, emotions, so whatever it is you say, these are the three things. When it passes through it, it gives these colors. What the Shastras are saying is, all the Shastras, okay, in different languages, in different ways, they say, whatever you see, whatever colors you see outside, while you are in these colorful patterns, understand that the source of your life is that colorless light, which has no differences, which has no demarcations. All these colors is coming from a colorless source. Once I, red or violet, understand that this red or violet is just an expression of that colorless light, and I start identifying with the permanence of that colorless light and disassociate myself from the impermanence of the color in which I am. Okay, so red and indigo, both of them decide to disassociate from their temporariness. Okay, this is what I am at present, but this is not all. I am something much more than this color. I start identifying with that more and more and more. The more I identify with that colorless light, the more anything happens to the color red and the world of red and indigo doesn't happen to this person, because he or she has already understood that this is temporary. It is there, but it is temporary. So anything on a temporary basis, why should I be so bothered about it? I'll do my justice being red, I'll do all my duties and obligations being violet, but I am not limited to this. I am something much more than that. The source is something different. In fact, I am red, but I also am yellow. I also am orange. I also am green. I am all these colors also. So the disassociation from the red and the indigo, understanding that I have become the colorless light, and this color light is expressed not only through red and indigo but other colors also. Samadarshinaha. Then you see equalness, love, the same parity everywhere. We should treat everybody with respect. All these things will not happen until I understand I am red only, I am green only. So the identification has to go towards I am red only to I am red also. But my original identity is that colorless light. Therefore, in the diagram, if you see, I have written that colorless light is that pure consciousness. No idea what is that. I am just telling you. Why? Because we are still stuck in this prison of body, mind and intellect. And I, or the whole world, what we are seeing the world only from one side of the prison with colors. So till now, when identification is only with colors, it is just an assumption that as science proves that colorless light comes from this and goes, similarly there has to be a supreme self guarding everybody else. and I need to get identified with that. One step at a time. So this is all theory, basically, because Vedanta is basically on theory. I am the supreme. Nobody seen supreme self. The only perfection, the only constancy is change. Change is the only constant. There cannot be anything. It's contrary. I don't know what it is, this self. Okay. Chalo, there is no self. Jane do. Do we have our regular experiences in our everyday life to understand that when my mind is distracted from point A to point B, the pain and the agitation caused by point A becomes lesser? A mother working in the kitchen, she is boiling milk, and after boiling milk or water, whatever it is, she burns her hand. So her whole hand, this portion is paining. It's burnt. She holds this and cries, "Oh my God, God, so paining." And she's about to burst into tears. The whole thing is burnt. She hears her 2-year-old girl falling down in the hall. She must have climbed the dining table or something, and she fell down. And she started crying. She started crying. What does this mother do? The mother says, "Rone do. Anyway, she keeps on crying. I'll tend to my wound." No. She immediately rushes to the child, seeing what happened. When she goes and sees the child that it is okay, then she returns to the identification of her own pain. But during that time, during that particular time, when she is burnt and the noise comes, she immediately runs away. That distraction lessens the pain. So, the supreme self, to become a better version of yourself, to get into the Vedantic principle of life, is to give, not to take. To look at somebody else and trying to do good for them. Automatically, the pain and agitation and depression in me reduces. This cannot be taught. It just cannot be taught. People can talk, but it cannot be taught. This needs to be experienced. The experiencing of how there is a better portion of me, the Supreme Self, and in this Supreme Self, how the distraction of the mind by the intellect helps my everyday affairs. I am not this. I am not this mind. I am not this body. I am not this. Whatever restrictions are there, I am not. A seed can see itself only as the seed and say, "I am so small. This tree is so big. Huge tree." Can the seed ever understand that this tree has come from the seed? Can the caterpillar ever understand that this beautiful colored butterfly has come from itself? I am crawling on one branch whole day, eating, fight. I am fat, I am lethargic, whole life I am eating, and look at that beauty flying away. So beautiful it is. It can never understand. All it can hear is some butterfly which has experienced a certain degree of flight telling the caterpillar, "Are I am telling you what to do. You can also become this." Yes. Become like you. Yes. Impossible. 80%. This is all gift given by God. God is sitting on top, on heaven, giving gifts everybody. It's impossible. 10% say, "Really? Yes. What to do? I would like to, rather than crawling like this my whole life, I would rather fly, even if it is for 2 days. I would rather have that flight. I don't want to live like this. What should I do? Tell me. The first aspect of a spiritual student is surrender. One thing which is lacking. We are surrendered to everybody. All teachers, everybody will listen. Some people, though, they pick up books on their own and start reading. And they declare, I am a student of Bhagavad Gita. It's been 30 years we have been doing this. I have never once mentioned I am a student. Why do you want to declare it to the people? Do you declare to the people, I am breathing every day, huh? Don't. You are breathing, that's normal. So big deal. Don't declare who is good, who is bad. It doesn't matter. Focus. Surrender. And as soon as the caterpillar surrenders, the butterfly says, okay, lesson number 1. Yes. Stop crawling and going around here and there. But sir, I have to go, no? We have to have a New Year party. No. Socializing? No. Stop crawling here and there. Physically also and mentally also. Mentally also I should stop. Yes, mental indulgence also you stop. I am not telling you, don't get me wrong. This is what the butterfly tells the caterpillar. Okay? This is not between you and me communication. Butterfly telling the stop all running around in the world on this twig on the branches. Okay. Then, in fact, hide from the world. Mentally, hide from the world. Cocoon yourself under a particular leaf or a twig so that the world does not see you. You are no more interacting with the world. My God, no interaction with the world, nothing. Stop identifying with the colors. Indigo, red, this, that. Stop identifying. Then what should I do? Full focus on me. The butterfly says, full focus on me, indicating what I have become. The butterfly, full focus on that state of living. Not the name and form of the butterfly. Not the name and form of Krishna, Rama, Jesus, no. In that state of being, experiencing that freedom, that flight, that colors, constant saturation towards me, constant thinking only of me. No other thought. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate. No other thought but me. Says the butterfly to the caterpillar. Out of that 20%, whatever is listening, one stray caterpillar decides to do that. It stops running around mentally indulging in objects, blank indulgence in objects, understanding its temporariness. Mentally, physically you are still there in the world. Mentally it hides underneath from the society, cocoons itself. Every day, throughout, pala pala chinna chinna ghadi ghadi nisadina rama japa kar. That is this beautiful bhajan. Chanchala mananita rama japa. Every second thinking only of I want to become that. Caterpillar and butterfly, I'm still there. I want to become that. And once it saturates itself, suddenly there is an irritation in the body. It doesn't understand what is it. It's paining, right, left, constantly being in that cocoon. Can you believe? For X amount of days or month, staying there like this, confined, it starts breaking. breaking the walls of its own confinement. When it starts breaking the wall of its own confinement, it comes out and it takes a flight as if it was born for it. Other caterpillars are moving around on the same tree, going here, going there, visiting friends, visiting relatives. That is the call, this is the call, this is what I am supposed to do. All the caterpillars are roaming in the tree. But this caterpillar disappeared. Nobody knows where he was or she was. Suddenly a butterfly they saw, a beautifully colored butterfly, and all the other caterpillars looked around and said, "My God, you must be a gift for God. How beautiful creature you are." And that butterfly looked at the caterpillars and said, "I am you. No different. What did I do? Confine yourself. Too much involvement into different colors, different aspects of the world, you will end up in trouble." This growth needs to come from you. The experience of living a different kind of a life. The teacher also does the same things that the student does. Same thing. World is not the same. It's not different in the Himalayas, in the south. Everywhere it is the same world. Everybody has to eat. Everybody has to take bath. Everybody has to contact people around. Can't avoid that, even if you are a sannyasi. The only difference is they have learnt how to do it without agitation and tension. So once you go within, then the belief needs to change. Our biggest problem is we are listening to everybody. Even here, you are listening to me. Is it bringing a change? It should bring a change. If I'm telling you seriously, if it doesn't bring a change and you feel it is not helping you, out you go from these classes. Be honest with yourself. The whole idea of the classes, our idea is to just educate people that you are someone special, not one in ordinary people. We are all special. And until you start believing that, it will not work. There's a beautiful story of a sparrow was building a nest at a particular level, and same on the tree, on that high up near the mountainside, there was a eagle and its family. By mistake, one egg from that came to the sparrow. Don't ask me how, it's a secret, okay? The arrow and the sparrow raised that egg came out, and the eaglet came out as if it was its own. So the eaglet was staying with 3-4 sparrows and chirped like the sparrows, talked like the sparrows, and flew at the same range as a sparrow does. Eagles were flying above. One of the eagles saw this so-called sparrow, who is actually an eagle, flying at the level of the sparrows, fluttering. So the eagle came down and said, "What are you doing?" And this bird ran off. It went again. That bird was tired, sat down. "What are you doing?" "No, what am I doing? You are not going to eat me, right?" I said, "Why am I going to eat you? I am an eagle, you are an eagle." "I am not an eagle. I am a sparrow. Look, my father sparrow, my mother sparrow. Look, my brother sparrow, sister sparrow, all the sparrows. We are all sparrows. See, I can talk in sparrow language also." It's talking. The eagle says, "Oh my God, you are an eagle, he takes him towards the pond and shows its own image and says, this is what you are. And still he's saying, no, this is not me, this is you. No, this is you. You are an eagle. And remember, your identity that you are an eagle, you are not meant to fly with sparrows. Sparrows have a range of flying. Chicken also flies, pluck, 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 pluck. It also flies in a particular range. A sparrow, a pigeon, a crow, eagle. We are eagles, man. King of the skies. Really? So I don't need to flutter? No. But if I don't do this, flap my wings, I will die. No, nothing will happen. Come with me. And that adult eagle takes this so-called sparrow to the higher ups and eventually teaches this young eagle how to fly. Sparrows need to flap their wings, hop, 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 hop. Eagles need to tilt their wings a little and they can manipulate the air pressure and the air currents. Knowing where the currents are, knowing what time the air starts gushing and takes it upward, and they use that thermal energy and they go up. They use that power of the air and they go up. They just do this. And then this bird understands. It was never a sparrow. It was always an eagle. He thanks that teacher, that eagle, which introduced himself to himself. But he moves on. Once you understand who you are, what is this I and these are all mine, goes away. The possessive attitude towards your possessions decreases. Take care of everything. We are not telling you to throw it off. Take care of everything. Krishna had a kingdom, Janaka had a kingdom, Rama had a kingdom. There is nothing wrong in wealth and prosperity. Understand they are meant for something different. It's not acquisition and enjoyment only for me and my family. It's used for different causes. Earn as much as you can, but the attitude should be, what can I do with this? How can I help somebody? To bring the status of that person also livable. That's all, not much. When you think about other human being, this is what a human being does. Even animals do that. They also do justice to their own species. There is a cooperative endeavor even in a hunt when wild dogs are running. Even there, in their wild dog category or a hyena category, they have a cooperative endeavor. They do it in packs. Only a human being is extremely selfish, thinking about me and mine. So once you withdraw yourself from these colors, then the belief system dawns that, listen, it has been dinned into me that I am this small, insignificant person who can't do much in the world. Live, grow, exist, disease, decay and death. That much everybody does. I'll also go through it. Get a job, get married, have children, take care of the children, then the children ignore you, then you move on. It's a routine thing going on. I'm something different from that. I may do all these things, but my growth is not confined to only that. Physically I may be here, mentally I am flying high. That attitude of everybody is important. Then when that belief system comes, oh my God, this is what I am. I am an eagle. The sparrow understands I am the eagle. The caterpillar understands I am the butterfly. When will I understand who I am? I am something extremely superior, and that superior identity is called the self. I am not these five koshas, I am not these colors, I am that colorless light self. And what is that self? We'll continue next class. Now the studies goes into a different gear, because he's talking and explaining what the self is. Now the relationship with the body, mind, intellect, everything is gone. He's talking about the supreme reality. We'll try to get it connected, but more focus now. Serious studies, new year, start. Become a butterfly, which you all are. I'm talking to myself. See you. Have a nice day. Oh.